Ladies and gentlemen, things are getting spicy for Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm, and this is going exactly like we expected it would go with Kathleen Kennedy leaving Lucasfilm as the president. Us fans have been telling you for years that she was a complete and total disaster on every single level. The proof is in the pudding. I know the shills want to go out there and try to spin this. The mainstream outlets want to spin this, but we all know the truth. And in her interview with Deadline, which was generally a puff piece where it was basically giving her every opportunity she could to make excuse after excuse after excuse, within this interview, she's asked about Rian Johnson's trilogy that never happened. You know, the trilogy that was announced in like 2017 that never happened. The trilogy that Rian Johnson continued to say was happening over and over again, but never actually happened. She was asked about that, and she says once he made a deal with Netflix and went off, started doing Knives Out, that occupied a huge amount of his time. That's a bullshit answer, by the way, because his trilogy was announced way before Knives Out, and it still never happened because they knew how bad he was at this. But anyway, right here, she says he's a brilliant filmmaker and he got spooked. This is the rough part when people come into this space. I have every filmmaker and actor say to me, what's going to happen? They're a little scared. And she mentioned it again in this interview that he got spooked. And everyone looked at this going, holy crap, did she really just say this? Did she really just throw him under the bus? Of course she did, because this is who she is. Right here, she says, I'm honest, especially with the women that come into this space because they're unfairly targeted. They're unfairly targeted. It's so terrible. Oh my gosh, poor thing. It's absolutely ridiculous that she decided to throw this into this equation. But this is who Kathleen Kennedy is, telling people he got spooked. Right here, she says, and I do believe he got spooked by online negativity. I think Ryan is one of the best. Ryan made one of the best Star Wars movies. He's brilliant, and he's a brilliant filmmaker, and he got spooked. So she said it twice here. Now, Kathleen Kennedy has a terrible track record of working with creative people since she became the president of Lucasfilm. Now, she operates under this illusion that she's this unbelievable producer because she was attached to a bunch of films that a lot of other talented men created. And she, being the fantastic coffee maker that she is, attached her name to that because she's so tied into the Hollywood inner circle with her husband. But she actually did nothing. No one has ever said, hey, I need to go watch this amazing movie because Kathleen Kennedy produced it. No one's ever said that. No one. But that's the spin that these clowns like to put on it. But if you look at her work at Lucasfilm, she has been a complete and total disaster on every single level. In this interview, she says this, guess what? Rian Johnson crawls out of his Twitter hiding to respond and says, lol, zero spooked, sorry. Rian, you are coping, my friend. I responded with that because that's exactly what Rian Johnson's doing right now. He is 100% coping on this, and I hope that this creates a massive back and forth between him and Kathleen Kennedy. I don't think that's probably going to happen, but it's really funny that even in her exit, where they're trying to paint her as this wonderful leader and this Hollywood legend, she makes even more waves. Because this is who she is. This is who she's always been. If you go over to geeksandgamers.com, you can see our article where she attacked Star Wars fans, where she says, I wouldn't change anything. She blames a small vocal minority of fans for all of the problems that Star Wars has faced. Marvin has a great breakdown of all of that over here. She's terrible, and this is hilarious that Rian Johnson, if you go to his Twitter account, okay, so he tweeted this 40 minutes ago, but outside of that, a retweet January 15th, January 12th, a retweet, January 8th, a retweet, January 7th, a retweet. Here's a January 5th, an actual tweet, December 29th, a tweet. Outside of that, where's the next actual tweet that he made? December 17th. He rarely tweets anymore. And by the way, he used to tweet all the time, but now he doesn't that much anymore. He had to respond to this because he's so upset by her comments. This is who she is. Even on her way out, she's making waves. A terrible leader, a terrible, terrible executive, a person that did not deserve the position she was put in. And for 14 years, she has run Star Wars into the fucking ground. And this is the result. You get what you deserve, Disney. You wanted to shame Gina Carano, publicly shame her for doing nothing wrong, yet you're going to give her this hero treatment, this legend treatment. And it's bullshit, and we all see through it. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.